everybody, Matt here from Gills In the Blood TV. Aaron has invited me to come on and say a few words about Vadaine Oliver, our former striker who left at the end of last season after our relegation into League Two. Big V spent 2 seasons in Kent after joining from Northampton, and that first campaign under Steve Evans 2021, he absolutely thrived in a 4-2-3-1 system. We played it for the most part, 90% of the games I would say. We had Jordan Graham from the right and predominantly Alex McDonald from the left, who provided natural width and would get the ball into the top end of the pitch and then give deliveries into the box, whether that was from the byline or from slightly deeper angles. V was the focal point. We were pretty direct. That's how Steve Evans plays. So we'd hit him early, and it'd be Big V, he'd be flicking it on or bringing it into his chest and bringing the ball under control, and then getting the likes of Graham, McDonald, Cole Dempsey on the ball, and we'd play from there and we'd be a real threat. We had good players in good areas, and V scored 20 goals in all competitions that season, 17 in the league as we briefly flirted with the playoffs. 21-22 was a bit more of a struggle, unfortunately. We were hit by COVID and injury problems throughout, poor recruitment, and generally a really poor season, like Doncaster themselves, and ultimately that ended in relegation for both clubs from Sky Bet League 1 into Sky Bet League 2. But V never once shirked his responsibilities as a front man. We switched the system up to a back 3, back 5 when Neil Harris took over at the start of February, sorry. We was a bit narrow to play to V's strengths, in all honesty. We relied on our wing backs to get up and down and provide width and provide delivery into the box, and it didn't happen enough. So everything was a little bit predictable, a little bit pedestrian. We lacked pace going forward. But Big V still provided 11 goals and 5 assists in all competitions, which for a team that barely scored a goal, 13 at home all season, tells its own story. But yeah, I think the big man was responsible for 40% of our goals. So you're getting a good player if he does join, and I still think it is a big if. Like I say, there's nothing that's coming out of the local press down here in Kent and Gillingham. But yeah, 31 goals in 2 seasons for a free transfer is not to be sniffed at. I'm not sure what system Doncaster are playing. I'd imagine they're going to have a big overhaul like we are. But if you get wingers into good areas and you get delivery into good areas, then Big V comes alive and becomes a threat. So if you do that, you'll certainly get someone that will score you 15 goals a season.